Everyone, Christian here, and as you might have seen in my last vlog, or it might have been the first one, I did a vlog on Archontophoenix maxima, or I will be doing one. I'm going to compare this one right now with this palm here on the side. They're not side by side, but by the magic of camera, they look side by side. So you can see this one here. It's going to have a much paler crown. This is actually Archontophoenix alexandrae, the more common king palm, and that's going to be maxima. The reason the crown's a little bit fatter is actually because it has a peduncular bract in there, meaning it's putting out a flower bract. But this is alexandrae, and I wanted to kind of talk about alexandrae a little bit. I don't believe I've done one on the common king palm, but Archontophoenix alexandrae grows in Queensland, Australia. It is one of the 5 species of the Archontophoenix genus, which is the king palm genus, and it is a very fast-growing, actually many times invasive palm, especially to many tropical areas. It has the nickname of the Hilo palm because it's widespread around Hilo, Hawaii, and it actually has become invasive, dropping seeds everywhere and just growing up in the valleys, and especially the river valleys on the Big Island. So alexandrae is, you can see, and maxima look quite similar in their trunk appearance. This one is not going to be as fat. Alexandra in general doesn't have the fattest trunk compared to the others. You can look at here versus right here, and just overall it's going to have a little bit lighter crown shaft color. It can vary quite a bit, and that isn't a way I would distinguish the differences. But one way you can distinguish a difference here is now they both have very tight crowns, meaning that the rachis starts and the leaflets start very soon, both here and here. But see how there's folds in the pinnae on the underside here, and there aren't folds. It's wide open on maxima, but on alexandrae they fold right there, especially at the beginning. They start to kind of open up a little bit, not much, and that's kind of one of the ways that I tell alexandrae from maxima. So you can see also here that the trunk is flaring out quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit, but there are some big roots that are kind of forming they root themselves in the ground really well. In fact, I'm surprised that these species are not more popular in Florida. They're very cool hardy. These will grow well in warmer parts of California, and the kind of other species will grow well in cooler parts of California that don't see too many frosts. So alexandrae is not as cold hardy. I'd say it's a low zone 10, high zone 9, right around the zone 10 border there, and it will burn in a frost pretty fast. So it'll kind of be the first. You can see here at the end the pinnae folding here versus no pinnae folding there. So hope that helps out a little bit. There is a little bit of a fold, but it's not nearly as much as the ones here. So given the same amount of sunlight, in less sunlight, these will actually open up a little bit more. So sorry, I'm just fighting off the mosquitoes here. But the crown's a little bit lighter, but like I said, that's not necessarily an indicator of a species. Cunninghamiana will have a lighter crown than the others. There we go. But that kind of dark lime is really typical of myolensis and maxima, and that's maxima right there. That's alexandrae there, like I said. The seeds look almost identical. They're both going to be red, small, about maybe less than a 1/4 inch in width and about a 1/4 inch in length. And they all germinate really fast. They don't even need soil as long as you clean them. They just kind of sit in a bag, and if with some moisture, they'll just start to pop. And they will grow fast and be vigorous. They suffer from very few nutritional deficiencies here in Florida, and like I said, I'm surprised they actually don't grow them more here because they are so vigorous and resilient to many things. So they actually do pretty well in hurricanes as well. So you can see the roots that they put down, and the leaves will get tattered up, but they'll grow back real fast. So this is in general just a very fast-growing palm with a lot of it has a lot of energy to give out. If it's given the energy, it puts out what you give it, I guess you could say. But yeah, it's a very easy to grow palm. It's very common in certain parts of the world, but it's actually relatively rare. Not to say rare, but it's uncommon in Florida to be grown, especially as a landscape palm. A lot of collectors have it. Some people just choose maxima over alexandrae because this is more cold hardy. And so you just kind of see this less and less in the landscape, because when you have that option between a cold hardier version, a beefier cold hardy version of this palm, you're going to probably take it. So But collectors like to have every single species, so you know they will have Alexandra, Maxima, Purpurea, Tuckeri, and Myolensis, kind of the 5 big guys and big species. They're actually the only species in the Archontophoenix complex. So, but I recommend all of them. They're great. I wouldn't plant them in an area where they may become invasive. That's the only thing I can recommend, is to not plant them, say, in Hawaii, unless you're gonna, you know, keep up on like taking the flowers down, because they will kind of take over native species there. In other areas of the world where they will kind of just take over. But they're both native to Queensland. So again, these can be very hard to tell apart, and sometimes something will get labeled as Maxima, Myolensis, Tuckeri, Alexandra, and then they kind of have to switch it around a little bit. But there's subtle things you can kind of check out, such as the color of the crown, you know, the folding in the leaves, and sometimes it's a little bit of difference in the seed, just a tiny bit. Myolensis and Maxima are going to have a little bit of more ovoid shaped seeds from what I can remember, where Alexandra is more circular. But that's only from like what I can remember from handling the seeds back in the day, and that's you know, I didn't have scientific proof that they were actually that species. I go on what I have observed, I guess, in the past. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this kind of little king palm duo, Archontophoenix duo vlog, mostly centered on Alexandra. But if you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and want to see more palm reviews like this, go ahead and subscribe. And press that bell notification. I go live quite a bit. I like to talk about palms. Got a lot of other people that also join the live stream. It's a lot of fun. And if you have any questions about Alexandra and growing it in your climate, go ahead and leave it down below, and I'll get back to it as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.